Hi everyone, I am back with the calendar. I think this is the project that did my thumb in. So I'm going slow, but I am trying to get the basics of it done. So I have done the months, December, November, October, September, August, July, June, May, April, January. So January, where's February? February, March. I still have these to do, and then the years. And then I'm trying to think what this was supposed to be for. Isn't that terrible? Oh my gosh. What was that going to be for? That was going to be up here. That's terrible. I've been away from it so long, I can't remember what that's for. I'll figure it out. I'm sure it's in my brain somewhere. Anyway, I just thought that I would come do a little recording, and then I will some of these you can tell, like that one, I have to, well, all of them, I have to do the blow dryer or an iron to get rid of the heat erasable ink. I don't think this calendar will ever be cold enough that the ink will show back up again, but we'll see. It gets pretty cold in here in the winter, mostly at night because I like it cold when I sleep, for the air that I breathe, not necessarily. The rest of me is under the nice warm blankets. So I hope this finds you well. And pull up a project, just stitch along. I don't have a whole lot to talk about or show you that's new. I think I've gotten pretty good at stitching letters. This has been a really good project for me for working on stitching letters and especially curves. I think I've gotten much better at them. January. This is kind of spread out weird, but that's okay. I don't always follow my own markings, which is why I don't like to mark things. That's like following rules. Who wants to do that? Not I. I want to thank everybody for the really sweet comments, both on my community post about why I was taking a break. I don't think I thanked you in my previous, excuse me, video about that. And also for the sweet comments about hoping that, you know, my thumb, whatever I got to do with it, is going to be okay. And for the sweet comments about the little mushrooms. I thought they were pretty cute myself. And to be honest, I made a couple of more, but they were the ones like, we have tree trunks here where trees have been cut down, and these mushrooms kind of grow out of the side of the tree trunk. Like here's the tree trunk, and they kind of grow out like this in layers. So I made 3 of those. I haven't attached them yet, but we'll see. They're pretty weird looking. Not as good as my other mushrooms. I don't think at all as good, but you know, hey. My thumb was pretty weary from holding things yesterday, and it's getting there already today, which stinks, but 'tis what it is. And of course, I can't remember, even though I only read it like an hour ago, but the person who said you've had knee surgery, and if this thumb surgery is supposed to be more painful, you would never do it, and that you'll never do another knee surgery. Honey, I'm with you. There's got to be a better way. That knee surgery looks brutal. And I know lots and lots of people say they're sorry they put it off. They're sorry they didn't have it done sooner, that it wasn't that bad, blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry. It just looks brutal, and I don't do pain well, so I just don't know that I'll ever have my knees replaced. Even though many, many joints in my body need it, I don't know that I'll ever have a joint replaced. I'd like to go to one of those places, however, insurance doesn't cover it, that takes something out of your body. I don't know. I don't remember how it works. They take your blood. I think they take your blood and they take the collagen from your blood or something. And then they do something with it. And then you go back and they inject it into the joint. I know someone who'd had that done with their shoulder, and they never had a problem with their shoulder afterwards. And I would like to do that with my thumb. I think that would be the appropriate thing to do. But I'm not going to go months and not be able to use my hand. I don't think I can do that and remain sane. And I'd probably kill my husband. And if I can't craft, yeah, no one deserves what happens to me when I can't craft. So I just become a very unhappy woman. I mean, the last 2 weeks have been torture for me when I wasn't using my thumb. So, well, I was using it, but not for crafting. I'd pretty much not done much except that texture piece, the like foresty texture piece. So, yeah. And, no, I don't think I can do it. I'm probably going to put it off for maybe ever. Maybe it'll be put off forever. I don't know. It's definitely going to be put off and probably not going to be done this year unless my thumb becomes 100% absolutely useless and I can't find a better solution or can't afford a better solution. So, yep. We went out today and had to get a few groceries, and I wanted to go by this farm market that I haven't been to in years, and I've been following them on Facebook. Do you see what I did there? I did not spell February right. No. All right. Well, I'm going to have to wing it then. This will be the R. Yeah, so, we did the grocery shopping first and then went to the farm market. I was really disappointed. Really, really disappointed, to be honest. So, I got 2 ears of corn on the cob and a fresh grown tomato. Okay, now we need the U. I joke all the time. I used to joke about not being able to make a straight line. I can't even stitch a straight line. Like, I don't know. Isn't that funny? Like, you come up and you go down and it should be straight. I have a tough time doing that, it seems. Oh, I don't like that. I knew as soon as I turned on the camera I'd mess something up. I'm all for it being a little wonky and being, I don't care if it looks handmade because it's just for me and it is handmade. But I don't want my months to be spelled incorrectly. I must have been tired when I was writing these out. Who knows? Come on now. Behave. There we go. Whew. All right. Yeah, so I think I mentioned in my previous video that we're watching a show called Wild at Heart, and it's on Up Faith and Family. So we signed up for a free week of Up Faith and Family, started watching it, got through season 3. So Tony decided we were going to pay for Up Faith and Family. Well, you have to do that through Amazon Prime, of course. What don't they own, right? And let's see, make my A. And so all of a sudden, there's 10 seasons, but the consecutive seasons are all on Freevee, Freevee, V like in Victor. And I'm like, what the heck? And up to season 3 on Prime, on Up Faith and Family, it was commercial free. Now all of a sudden on Freevee, the rest of the seasons 4 through 10, you have to sit through the stinking commercials. You can't fast forward them. You can't pay to get them so that you don't have to watch them. Nothing. It's like, if you pay for commercial-free Prime videos, it's only for their Prime original videos, and it does not include Freevee or Up Faith and Family. February. So I think that's pretty unfair. We're so spoiled. We DVR everything that we want to watch, so we whiz through the commercials. We have not watched, like, typically we have not watched commercials in years and years and years and years. There's very little that we watch live. So, yeah, we're spoiled. Stupid commercials. That does not look like an R, but maybe if I stick a little scooch down here, just put a little, there we go. Now, how did I still fit that on in the space and stick a whole extra letter in there? Because I had it spaced out really far when I wrote it. February. See how quickly that goes? Come on, come on. So we haven't had any rain around here in several weeks. Like, it's been a while. Been a hot minute. It's been hot and it's been a minute since we had any rain around here. So yesterday I started feeling bad for the animals out back, the squirrels, the, you know, just the chipmunks, the birds. I was feeling really bad, and I couldn't figure out how to get, like, I didn't want to go buy like a whole kiddie swimming pool. We didn't want to, can't put in a pond. Didn't want to put in a pond. Didn't want to dig things up. And I've looked at like the pumps and the bubblers and how to build one and blah, 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 blah. Well, yesterday I just got an old cake pan because I don't make cakes anymore because I don't eat sugar or processed food. And so I got an aluminum, and plus I don't cook or bake in aluminum. I'll only use stainless steel or ceramic or glass. So that being said, I had an aluminum cake pan, and I said to Tony, we're going to use this, and we're just going to fill it with some water, and put some flat rocks in it. We had 2 flat rocks out in the backyard. Put those in it. And then like little critters, not that much of anything could get stuck in it and not be able to get out, because it's a cake pan. It's only that high, 1.5 inches maybe. I don't even think it's 2 inches high. So I said, let's just put those in there, put some water in it. Well, don't you know, thunderstorm after thunderstorm last night. It's pretty funny. It's like, yep, well, put a little bowl of water out for the animals, and of course then it rains. That's all I had to do to get it to rain a little. It was kind of nice going to sleep to the sound of the thunderstorms, though. As long as it didn't bring tornadoes, we're good. There were a few branches down in the backyard, so it was quite the set of storms that blew through. Gave a little break in the temperature today. It's only in the upper 80s, not the upper 90s, which it was yesterday. So that's good. About a 10-degree difference. Ow, thumb hurts. So do any of you use a hoop stand? I think I've asked this before, but do you use a desk one, a floor model, a lap model? Do you have a favorite one that you like? If so, where did you get it? Now, see, if I was doing things like this, I really can't use a hoop for this. But for my, like, say, summer Stitch the Season project, I could put that in a hoop and put it in a stand, and I think I wouldn't be doing this all the time. So I don't know. I'm thinking I might need to get a hoop stand and do as much in it as I can, maybe. So if you have any recommendations, can you leave it below in the comments, please? It's not that I want to use a hoop stand, but I'd like to save my thumbs where I can. Come back. All right, I think that's it. Unless I've forgotten one. I thought I had forgotten one of my numbers for my dates. And I made another one and then moved some things around on my desk and found the one that was missing. So there was that. So did anybody else start their calendars yet? Are you playing along? I'm excited to get started on the part that we're going to do at the top to, you know, decorate for each month. Here we go. All right, let's see what we got here. If we've got all 12 of them. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. And hopefully they're all spelled right. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to maybe back these with black felt and sort of frame them. Let me get the felt and I'll show you what I mean. So I have this craft felt here. And this feels, none of it is wool. This feels a little more compressed and Also looks blacker. It's a different black. And it feels like it's not as flimsy, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. And this one seems a little floppy, flimsy, but I have a whole slew of this. But I don't think that's the right felt for this idea I'm having. So let me put this down like this. And what I'm thinking is I would just leave, I would leave a little bit of space around each one like that. And then this backing felt is what I would put the snaps on to attach. Now see, I can't fit 3 across that way, so I'm trying to avoid going and buying. And as you can see, I did not cut. This is not, these don't match up that great. So this would have to come over this way. I wonder if I can fit 2 across this way and save space. Oops. February would go over here. I mean, if I have to go buy another sheet, I will. But that means I have to wait for the weekend. Because tomorrow Tony's taking the car and going to see the horse, Blue. Now, I'd probably cut that down a little. This is not leaving a whole lot of frame around it if I do it in this direction. See, by the time I cut between there, but I could make these shorter because most of them are too long anyway. So yeah, I might chop the ends off here. You picking up what I'm throwing down? June. Yeah, I think that's what I would do. July, August, September, October, plenty. There's plenty. November, December. Okay, so if I cut these down and made them shorter and framed those with this black, I can sew the snaps onto the back. I think that's what this is for, is to put these on like this and then put the year on like this. I have no idea why I don't know if that's, I would have to go back and watch my own video. How sad is that? Ugh, I hate watching my own videos, to be honest. Really hate them. I'm shocked anybody sticks around. Okay, so if I just, oops, see, can't cut a straight line. All right. Oh no, don't throw that away. I'd be looking all over for it. All right, so if I did that, trying to center these. Adapt. Need to adapt and adjust. Okay, so I did November, so I'm going to use November as my pattern one. My what do you call it? Yeah, pattern one, the one I'm going to go by. Okay, so if I did September, October, I'm going to put that. I'm trying to do it so that the words are centered, more or less. See, that one didn't get a whole lot. September, October. Well, that gives me a little bit to play with on the sides. Yeah, I think that'll work. Ow. November, December. Yeah, this one needs to be cut down. It's really big and not very straight. This side looks really wide. There we go. That's better. I'm going to keep cutting till I have to do it over again because I've cut it too short. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to keep working on the numbers, and I'm going to, you know, the years. That's what's going to go on these here, starting with 2025 and working up maybe 10 years. I don't know. I don't know how many I cut out. And then that'll go there. And say that'll go there. Because this is what the other end of the snap, this part of the snap will go on. And then it'd be like the year. So I don't know why I had all these dots on here. But I think that'll look pretty. I wonder if I could just, if I use the black felt to back them. I need to trim this. It's sticking out. I don't want to see you. If I use the black felt to trim around these, why couldn't I just snap the snaps on the back of the snaps on there? I wouldn't need this. Like I said, I'm going to have to go back and watch my own video. Isn't that sad? Okay. Well, I think I'm going to keep working on this, and I will, when I get this part finished, get these backed, get my years done, and I can pop all my numbers back on here. I think I will come back and show you the results when I'm done with that. I just wanted to show you a little bit of the process that I'm going through. This is the first time I've picked this up in like 2 weeks. And yeah, I'm anxious to get it done so I can start stitching the top portions here that we're going to use as our decorations. And those will get snapped on as well at the top. Probably 3 or 4 snaps across the top, 2 across the bottom just to hold it down. And then, yeah, that'll be fun. It'll be fun trying to figure out the months, what I want to do. I might work on the summer months since it's summer now and I have all the summer fabrics and stuff out, and then do the winter months come the winter. January, February, that kind of thing. And start with March, April, May, June, July, August. Because I can do those. They're all floral and stuff. It's September, October, November. Well, September, October and November is pretty easy. It's fall. I love autumnal colors. And I'll be able to do that. And then it'll just be December, January, February that I'll have to work on. So, although I do need to have January and February and that done pretty early on, because that's where the calendar I'm hoping to start using it is January. So yeah, that's where it stands for now. Thanks for watching, and don't go away. I'll show the finished ones at the end of this video. Okay, I am back. Well, I've got these cut out. I don't have the snaps or anything on them yet. I'm not 100% sure I'm gonna do it this way. We'll see. You know, the felt isn't that expensive. I did figure out what this is for. I need the days of the week. However, this does not have to move around. It doesn't need to be on a separate piece, and it certainly does not need to be this big. I don't think it needs to be as large as the numbers, honestly, and even that's larger than the numbers. So I think I'm going to cut this down. I hope I can do it straight, because I don't do straight very well. Oh my gosh. I'm going to make the days, I mean, does it have to be as big as the numbers? I don't know. do I even need to do it on a separate piece? Everything else is going to be raised up. The numbers are going to be raised up. The months are going to be raised up. But it's going to take a lot of room to do this backing and have this, because if I put a number on here, this has to have, well, I'll put it in the middle. All right, so this would have to sit above that, where the numbers are, with the days of the week, you know, S, M, T, all that. Then by the time I get this on there, there's not much room to really do a decorative thing up there. So I'm thinking if I just stitched the days of the week on here without putting them on a separate piece, would that be okay? And maybe I need to figure out something else to do with this. So the days of the week would be there, like, let's just use this for example. Days of the week would be there. Month and year would be here, right? That's going to leave me a much larger area to play with to put the decorative area on there. And I think I need that. Although, I mean, do I need that much space? Maybe I need to think smaller. Am I overthinking everything? Of course I am. Let's just take a wing at this, cutting it down to about 3/4 of the size of what it was. All right. So let's put that there. And then if I just put that above there and that above there, that would work much better. But I have to figure out how to get the snaps on here without the thread showing. That's my only issue. I could take little pieces of the same color, but I still got to stitch those on, and those stitches are going to show, which is why I thought putting a backing on it was kind of nice. Sort of stands out that way. I don't know. Maybe I need another piece of this. I don't know if I have another piece of that. I have some left. I have this, but I don't know if I would get, no. I probably wouldn't get them all out of here because these backings took a sheet plus one piece, a half a sheet plus one piece. So I don't know. Well, back to the drawing board. I'll be back. Okay, so I found this little piece in the box. It's the last piece of cream that I have. Like I said, I could go buy more if I needed to, but I don't wanna. So I'm gonna cut these all down to exact size. And then I'll put the snaps on the back of them, and I'll do it basically the same way I did the numbers. The numbers I folded over. This obviously I won't fold over. But what I'll do is I'll just whip stitch around the edges. But I have to put the snaps on the back first. And I'm going to put the snaps in the exact, I'm going to measure with a ruler and put the snaps on in the exact same place, like maybe here at half and then here at 3.5. And that way they'll snap on in the exact same place. And when I go to put the snaps on here, I'll put 2 snaps and they'll all fit the same way. And I cut this down in half, and I think that's going to work for the days of the week. And I'm just going to stitch those on so that they fit correctly. Yeah. And I'll stitch those in black, and I will just use cream thread to stitch these on, whip stitch those together once I've put the snaps on the back. So that's my next step, and that is what I am going to do next. So I will be back to show you those when I am finished with them. Alrighty, well, I have run into a problem. I did all the stitching on this piece for the days of the week, which, yes, I finally figured out what that was for. And this is the setup for the month of January 2025. And I thought, well, now I can put the month and the year up here and I'll be all set. Well, then I started looking at the calendar for 2025. And let me show you. Oh boy, hold on a second. That's not what I wanted. Okay, year. All right, so here's 2025. All right, do it so there's not a lot of glare. Put you that way. Move that out of the way a little bit. All right, so if you'll notice right here, the first starts on a Saturday. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks in a month. And there are several months like that where there are 6 weeks in a month, not just 5. And I only planned for 5. Another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have a problem. I need another row because I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only have 5 rows here. So I have to put another, I don't think it has to be a whole row. 2, 3, 4, 5. I think if I just put a few snaps on this end, so I have to remove this now that I already stitched down. Now I didn't stitch those through. That's going to be real easy to take out because I did long stitches on the back and short stitches on the front. I should only need to put back snapbacks on this, which means I'll have excess snap fronts, what I'm calling the fronts, the part with the little nubby on it. Yeah, so I am going to take this off, put like a half a row of backs on here. This is going to have to move up, which means then the month and the date is going to have to move up, which means my area to make whatever I want to make for that month or season, depending on what I'm going to do. I still haven't decided. Will be smaller now, even smaller than it already was. It'll probably be about this big. So I just wanted to give you an update, and I'll be back when I'm done with all of that. Okay, it's done. Well, you know, this part is done. So this is March 2025, and as you can see, it starts on a Friday, I believe. Yeah, and ends over here with 31 days. So that's where the 6 rows have to come in. Now, as far as I can tell, I only need a Friday and a Saturday, because if it starts on a Thursday, this would move up here. So, or these would actually move down here. Anyway, I think only having a Friday and a Saturday snap there, the back of the snap, is going to work for any month that has 6 months in it. 6 weeks in it. Okay, I also did 2025 through 2030. I'm going to go buy another one of these felt sheets, and I'm going to make some more years because I hope to be around that long. Who knows? But I hope to be around that long in order to use those years. Now, what I did here was when I set this up here above these 2 snaps that I had to add for the 6 weeks, I realized this space here was going to be empty. And I thought, if I have to put this here and then put the month and the year up here, then I'm going to have wasted space right here, and I'm going to only have this little tiny space to make the, you know, the month, whatever I want to stitch to put up there for the month. I wasn't happy with that. I'm not crazy. This kind of does my OCD in, to have the month and day down here and not have the days of the week directly above the days of the week. But in order to save space, I decided that it was worth it. Now, could I have made these a lot smaller? Yes. But then I think it would have looked off because everything else is more or less the same size. So anyway, and I have all of the months. I have December, January, February, March is here, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and then December was in the front. Don't ask me why. That's just how it ended up. So I will show you the front and back, not of each one, just these are the months. So I have these two snaps here. Hopefully they snap into the backs approximately the same on every one. That's what I was shooting for. If not, this felt sort of gives a little and it can bunch up a little bit in the front. I mean, in the center. I'm trying to be very careful so I don't break these snaps because they're going to get a lot of use, especially the day snaps. So this one sort of buckles in the middle a little bit. You're not going to notice that when it's hanging up. The years, I only put a single snap in them. So they are going to twirl around some. But once it's on the wall, just like the numbers only have a single snap on them in the center. And they twirl around all the time. All it takes is a little nudge from something and they twirl all the way around. However, that's okay because once it's on the wall, that's it for the month and you're not going to touch them again. So I hope doing this in cream, I'm going to have to make sure my hands are really, really clean every time I touch this. I know it's going to look dirty quickly and I did not think about that. It might have been better to do it in black and use white letters. I mean, it's just a fun project for me. So anyway, I hope if you're joining in, my tips and tricks for this will help you. If you're doing this calendar and you find another way of doing it, let me know in the comments below. And the next part of this calendar will all be, or I should say the next parts, plural, of working on this calendar will be working on the decor, the whatever I'm going to do at the top here. And that also will have probably, I don't know, 4 snaps, maybe an extra one in the middle so it doesn't buckle too much. I'm also going to probably stitch 2 little, what I'm thinking is, oh, sorry, it was bending over. I'll probably stitch 2 little things like this, one on each end, and then I can either put a dowel in there or I can put it on my hanger that I bought. It could go on this hanger and hang on my wall. I was going to use this for my Stitch the Season ones. It could be for either one. I could also somehow put snaps on the bottom of here, on the back, and or somehow, or something, do something, and attach my Stitch the Season to the bottom, which would work. Sorry, I'm just getting this out. Work somewhat like that, because I left the top of the Stitch the Season parts so that I could stick a dowel through there and didn't stitch through them. So like that could come up here. So, I mean, literally, if I wanted to, I could cut this off and just attach a Stitch the Season to the bottom. I mean, it could work that way. The other way this could work is to put my Stitch the Season at the top. If you did the Stitch the Season part, I could put that at the top and just put my calendar at the bottom. And that may be something I decide to do if I don't want to do like every month. So this would be autumn. And then this one could be winter. So say you didn't want to do a whole calendar, you would do one like that, and that would be the winter one. And then, and these could hang from here, and then I could put snaps on the back of this, and it would just work out so that, you know, you have one for each season. And then that would be spring. Don't mind the stuff on my desk. That could be spring. And then the summer one I'm still working on. So I haven't decided yet, but it was fun making the calendar part. This is what I decided to do. I put snaps on the back of my, excuse the shadows, on the back of my Stitch the Season piece on the three I've finished. And there's my calendar at the bottom. And if later I decide that I want to add to either the Stitch the Season pieces or sew separate, stitch separate pieces for the top of the calendar, then I can do that too, because the snaps are at the top of the calendar. Let me show you. Here are the snaps at the top of the calendar. So that's what I'm going to do with my calendar at the moment. However, if you're doing this, let me know, like I said, in the comments below. And I really appreciate you joining me for this. I didn't sit here and stitch every one of these on camera. So I hope you enjoyed this project. Thanks, everybody. Take care. And as always, I appreciate you being here. Have yourself a great day. Find your joy. Happy crafting, and love you. Thanks. Bye.